Hello, I'm John Fox on channel John West. I'm having a Persona 5 adventure. I was actually going to probably stop for the night, but I'm going to play another hour. But I've got a work colleague who has work tomorrow, still playing this game. I don't have work tomorrow, so it doesn't matter that that person's quite a few years younger than me. I could stay up. Oh, it doesn't matter that it's like 20 past 1. It's fine. Anyway, so the context of this conversation is what? So we came home and Futaba's like, what? Futaba, what are you doing? Why did you keep this thing? And she can't explain, so I'll be like, I can explain everything.
You will, huh? I'll get right to the point. Is this a real one? Was a change of heart triggered in you?
Oh.
How about it?
Ever since Mom died, there was no exit. I was trapped in a labyrinth of my heart. I knew I had to leave it, but I couldn't do it by myself.
Futaba.
Oh.
Here, sit down. I can at least listen to what you have to say.
The Phantom Thieves saved me. They stole my messed up heart. It's the same as Mom's research. They changed my cognition.
Seriously? Wakaba's research about altering one's cognition. I wondered about it myself, too. Still.
When did you notice?
When she said she was going to go to the beach out of nowhere. And even the doctors had thrown in the towel. At first, I just chalked it up as other kids being a better support for you than any adult. But as I kept watching the tabloid shows here, day in and day out, a thought crossed my mind. I thought your case kind of seemed similar to what these Phantom Thieves were doing.
Wow.
I'm still your guardian, you know. I'd never overlook such a drastic change in your behavior.
Smug face.
Sojiro.
But to think that Wakaba's research and the Phantom Thieves changing hearts were about the same thing. Back in the day, I used to be a government official. My job was to be the bridge between the country and the lab that Wakaba worked at. It's around that time that I got to know her. She said something odd when we were out drinking.
Sorry, her face is really amusing right now.
That she might soon die in an odd way. Who wouldn't take that as a joke? I just laughed it off. But it happened exactly as she said. If anything were to happen to you, I'd feel like I let her down. There's something I want to ask you. Judging from your attitude, you knew about this calling card, didn't you? You should have known that Futaba had a change of heart through the Phantom Thieves as well.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a connection between you and them? The first incident of a change of heart was a teacher at your school. The kid who brought that painting here was a pupil of that artist who had a change of heart, wasn't he? And then there's Futaba. These scandals always seem to find their way around you. What do you have to say?
Sure.
You think this is a game? These people are called criminals by the general public. Why did you introduce such dangerous people to Futaba?
That's not true! I asked them! That's why he saved me! He stole my heart!
Asked? Stole? Wait, are you saying that he's the one who changed your heart?
Yeah,
so he's not connected with the Phantom Thieves, but is one himself? You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I'm a Phantom Thief.
Are you serious? You
I forgot to put the lemon.
really are a Phantom Thief? Oh, for crying out loud.
Sojiro!
So, basically, I've been sheltering a Phantom Thief for the last 6 months. And on top of that, Futaba's involved too. What the hell?
I want to find the culprit who killed my mom!
Wait, killed?
She was killed! I remember it now!
Stop this nonsense!
Why won't you believe me? Are you the same as everyone else? Didn't you know already? The way Mom died wasn't normal! Didn't you notice that her research was stolen by someone? Sojiro!
When she passed away, I did think it was odd. It was awfully fishy. But what could I do? All I was able to do was run from it all. And the outcome of that was me spending my retirement here. Also, the reason I took custody of you was me trying to selfishly atone for what happened to Wakaba. It's basically my fault that you got burdened with all this crap.
It's not your fault, Sojiro.
I acted all big, lectured, even yelled at you kids. And in the end, I'm the one being consoled. I'm hopeless. And a laughingstock, aren't I?
I didn't know laughingstock was one word. That's not true.
I mean, the one who killed Mom's the one at fault!
I see.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is... Sorry, I always make this too strong. I don't know why, I always think it's that much, and it's less than that. I know it's half. So I always have doubles, but it's high. It's just, you know, a little bit of lemon just makes it really great.
Don't worry. Even if you are the real Phantom Thieves, I have no intention of reporting or kicking you out. I mean, who would believe such a story? Unless they catch you red-handed, it's impossible to explain that you're the Phantom Thieves. Let me just say
I'm trying to do his
thing,
expression.
though. Immediately back out of a fight that you can't win.
I can't do the other eyebrow, sorry. I can only do that, but he swaps. John, that's the one you can do. Wow, why is it really hard to do both? I can only be one-sided incredulous one way. What do you mean?
Don't you get it? If, by chance, you pissed off the same guys that killed Wakaba, then they're not someone that kids like you can deal with. Listen to reason, all right? We're done talking about this. Let's eat. I'm so hungry because I raised my voice so much.
That's how that works. Also, my grin...
At least we avoided the worst-case scenario of being reported arbitrarily.
My
Still,
grin
we
is
should tell the others
that
about
side,
what just
the
happened.
opposite side. So I can't even do his face because that's
I'm
unnatural to me.
tired.
That's like a really weird face to pull. Oh, hang on. I can't do that without having to close my eyes. Where I can... This does not require me to close any eyes. Incredulous is actually something I do quite often, you know, without even trying. Because incredulity, man. What? He knows everything? You gotta be fucking kidding. Christ, he dropped the F-bomb there. Wait, are you okay? Did he report you or anything? We likely wouldn't be receiving these messages if John wasn't okay. I had a feeling the boss... There we go. Put it back. Was no ordinary man. But he didn't recommend you to turn himself in, did he? I think in that case we can consider him a new ally. I'm more curious about what he mentioned to you. You mean that... My face hurts now from all the fucking about with my eyebrows. You mean about how our enemy might be the same people who targeted Futaba's mother? We already knew that. Yes, she was killed by the mental shutdown. The same method used by the culprit we pursue now. Wait a second though. Did you say that Boss had to run from it all? Does that mean someone was trying to stop the news from getting out? Who could do that? Who do you think the culprit could be? A government official. Ain't you letting your imagination run a while? Look, there's only so much up. We can go. But it would make sense. Wait a sec. If you're right, then wouldn't the police be working for him too? That's not impossible. This is getting too big for me to even think about. Can we really win this? We're gonna win no matter what. So, I should be doing this, shouldn't I? I think I look incredibly stupid, but I think for the gimmick, I might have to just do this for the rest of the game. Hang on. This doesn't make any sense, though. You know what? It was a nice thought, but the, hang on. Why then? I guess the chief had an inkling after all. Oh, I still think I look incredibly dumb, but... Alright, we now can save.
I should write something.
Unfortunately, it's 11 minutes into a new episode, so it doesn't really make much difference. Okay. We have a girl in our room.
Sorry.
She apologised to me. Can I go places? Oh. No, I can only go to sleep. You need to go home then, because I'm going to sleep. It's late already. Is Sejiro still awake? This is kind of awkward. You can sleep on the sofa.
Hey!
Wait, shouldn't you sleep on the sofa so Futaba can go ahead and sleep on the bed? No! I'm gonna go home. Right. She lives nearby. But,
Well then.
let's call it a day. Go to bed. I wonder if that ever works. Maybe it's the relationship level. It's just weird that they gave me the choice, that's all.
That concludes the speech given by Representative Masayoshi Shido, who may be forming a new party.
Also, these are noise-cancelling headphones. Which I'm never really sure what that means, but all I know is... that I can't actually hear the outside world very well when they're on. So, like, she can't hear the conversation everyone's having as well as everyone else can.
We now resume our coverage of the Phantom Thieves, the suspects for Mr. Okumura's death and others. The police have designated the Phantom Thieves as the country's most wanted fugitives, and have decided to reward anyone with information leading to the capture of the Phantom Thieves.
Look.
Those who provide information will be offered a reward of 30 million yen. And considering the high amount, it shows how extraordinary the situation has become. Reward money will be supplied by the police and the families of the victims. Further,
If I report you to the police and they arrest you, I supposedly get 30 million yen for it.
That's insane.
I hope you understand the situation you're in. Even people who didn't have an interest before will be on the lookout for the Phantom Thieves. And it'll happen every day, even at school. Why did this happen?
I didn't know it would.
I see. Well, how do I put this? I'm sorry I didn't realize it. It's also my responsibility that this happened. All I can do now is give you shelter. Just don't become desperate and do something reckless, all right?
Believe in me.
I won't sell you out. As long as you're here, there's nothing to worry about.
I feel bad about what we've done to the chief. I'm responsible too.
Give me your cat. Can we tell him about the magic cat?
Did you see that reward? Perhaps we put too much pressure on them. With this, the Phantom Thieves have become public enemy #1. Exactly. That will be when their curtain falls.
It's still pretending I don't... Like, if the game throws up a completely different politician, I will be bloody, like... Whoa! That'll blow my mind. But it's obviously that one guy. We've seen 2 politicians. Like, if it's No Good Tora, if the villain is No Good Tora, then that's the greatest twist ever. Because it's obviously the other guy. We've only seen 2 politicians, and one of them's obviously a goodie, and one of them's obviously a baddie. I wonder if it's the obvious baddie. I can't believe how big the bounty is. We should look for the Phantom Thieves ourselves. Akechi suggested to go to this school, right? Yeah, but let's not. There's been too many mental shutdowns as it is. It'll probably be the end of us if we start sniffing around now. Yeah, but 30 million yen, man. Just let me dream a little. Yeah, you seen the news. I had braced myself for the possibility. Actually, having a wanted notice out for us kind of feels weird. I'm not sure we're going to get away with this time. Our backs are truly against the wall now. Discussing it here won't do us any good, though. Let's talk more in person. We could just let Haru go. Like, you've basically not done any of the crimes apart from the last one.
We're wanted now. And the reward's 30 million yen? What is this, a comic book? It feels so unrealistic, I can't help but laugh.
We're finally being treated as actual criminals.
I'm positive now. Remember all of those what-ifs I mentioned before? All of this was truly set up. How President Okumura ranked first, the Fad before that, even Medjed. It was all to make the Phantom Thieves famous. On top of that, we were lured to target Okumura. Yeah, the enemy likely planned to lay the blame on us from the start, after we gained popularity.
Then what about everything we've done until now? Are the people whose hearts we changed and thought were corrupt actually not?
No, because of Yusuke and I, the Madarame and Kaneshiro cases were coincidental. Wasn't that the case with Kamoshida too? Considering what happened with the rankings? Only the previous target would have been used to lure us.
What a cheap trick to use.
Cheap? It's nothing of the sort. There's the fake Medjed and the site's altercation. They might have even engineered the Fad around us. So much time and effort has been put into this. President Okumura probably wasn't their only target. Perhaps they intend to place all blame of past and future psychotic breakdowns on our group.
That's why I said we shouldn't jump into things so carelessly.
We all agreed,
So
man.
this is my fault?
We
Even
all
you
agreed.
to it in the end. And there was that thing with Haru at the time. How are we supposed to ignore that, huh?
I'm sorry. This was all because I one-sidedly decided that my father was a criminal.
Which
all
he
I
was.
could think about was my fiancé. If I had only been able to cope with it more calmly. Haru?
It's not Haru's fault. I should have spoken up too when Principal Kobayakawa died.
Damn it! This is bullshit! God! Fuck! Ah!
Ryuji! Taking out your frustration on things doesn't help anyone!
That chair did nothing.
What do you think? Why did we lose? What did we do wrong?
We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. I don't know.
It's probably because we weren't acting like ourselves.
Agreed. At the time, we only cared about the opinion of the general public.
Yeah, that really is it. I was so caught up in making a name for ourselves. I'm such an idiot! I became a Phantom Thief because I hated those same kinds of adults!
To think we had begun clinging onto fame and a place to belong, but our eyes had become clouded.
We were meant to be the righteous Phantom Thieves, but we lost sight of our original cause.
Well, you didn't.
So irritated with myself.
Makoto.
Damn it! I know that we've been set up, and that I was a complete idiot too! But still, it's so damn frustrating! Of course I want to do something about...
What? It's like the person who wrote this story hadn't interacted with any of the others. We were literally forced into every one of those boss things. I can say this quite confidently because there was like a 20-day fucking countdown for every single one.
This...
Yeah. We'll be in deep water at this rate. However, we have no idea who we're up against. And whether they're an individual or an organization.
Furthermore, they must be in a position of power, or have powerful backers if they can go so far.
Are we really a match for this?
Should we end this now? I mean, things might get worse for everyone.
Hey, what should we do?
Let's just give up. Sorry, I don't have the option again. I'm gonna turn the tables in a bad way. You're never gonna get that reference, but it's brilliant. It's Jumping Jeff Farmer. Look up. Go to YouTube. Type in Jumping Jeff Farmer right now. I'll wait.
Yeah, running away with our tails between our legs is exactly what they want. That's the same as dumping our aesthetics again, because we only care about our hides.
I see. I take back what I just said. I can't let it end like this. Absolutely not like this.
Looks like we're settled on what we want to do. All that's left is how we go about it. Yeah.
Also, she's actually wearing it like that, which doesn't stay on my ears. Also, I can't hear anything.
Yo.
Hey, it's me. About me yelling earlier. Being framed in the added bounty, it all felt like such bullshit. I lost it, I'm sorry. I know how you feel. You too? It's confusing. We're wanted criminals now. Maybe I haven't changed at all since that time we went up against Kamoshida. I wanted to be a Phantom Thief because I thought even someone like me could be a hero. It made me so happy to be depended on. Guess it all went straight to my head. I thought I could do anything if it was for justice. That just made me no different from our targets. I called them shitbags. I must have been the shittiest of shitbags. I can't even joke about it. Things will turn around. Huh, you're right. Oh, hang on, I missed that. Thanks, John. I feel like I can think straight now. I'm scared of Haru and Futaba. Didn't I? I'll have to apologise to them soon. See ya. Fucking cat listening into my conversation. I've got a message from... Sorry, I genuinely thought that said massage. To like the tiniest of seconds. I got a message from Akechi-kun. I was like, bloody hell. No. I got a message from Akechi-kun. He wants us to gather at LeBlanc tomorrow after school. Who does he think he is trying to boss us around like that? Tomorrow? That's sudden. This is directly after the reward announcement. There must be a calculated reason for this too. We'll be okay, right? We'll manage. Yeah, we're gonna overcome this together. Regardless, I don't want any more disturbing... Don't want any more disturbing our... What? I don't want anyone disturbing our pace anymore. Let's go about this calmly. We'll see you all tomorrow. We've reached a crucial moment. There's no point fretting about it now, though. Let's just stay calm and wait for tomorrow.
Okay.
I should write something.
Nice.
We're not quite done that. This is just the beginning. Fucking not. We're like 70 hours in. Where have I been? Yeah, I'm not going to sing the rest of the song. %, there.
An issue in which criminals do whatever they want under the name of justice cannot be left alone. Only now does the government speak of taking countermeasures, but their actions are too little, too late. The government as it stands has been left behind the times. It is obsolete. If this is a ship that's bound to a rotting dock and destined to sink, we might as well destroy it once.
What?
Let us end this chaos through my hands and yours.
He's a politician of the ruling party, isn't he?
I heard they're splitting up to form a new party, so an election might come before the year's
Oh,
end.
yeah.
I'm gonna vote this time for sure. This man has my support.
You haven't voted until now? That's problematic as a member of society, you know.
Politics just never interested me before. But this politician seems pretty amazing. He's passionate and thinks of the future. I mean, someone like that should be prime minister. I'm definitely voting for him.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, since the other politicians seem so unreliable.
When you say that you want us to cooperate with you, what exactly do you intend us to do?
That's a good question. But might I have a cup of coffee first?
Quit effing around!
Please keep this short.
There's a bounty for information in addition to the arrest warrant. Those are quite desperate measures. I'm referring to Sai-san's actions. I assume all of you are at your wits' end as well. She must be considerably vexed if she's gone that far. Make headlines with the arrest warrant, then use incentives to get testimonies. It's not a bad method.
The police have nothing on us. There's no way they can make an arrest.
True. I'm the only one who's ascertained your true identities. However, the groundwork for fabricating testimonies and concocting a culprit are underway.
We don't care about that self-gratification. Get on with it.
I'll be blunt. I'm thinking of triggering a change of heart in Sai-san. I've already discovered that she has a palace.
Huh? Really?
Is this to prevent the investigation agency's recklessness?
Precisely.
Still, there's no need to change her heart just for that.
Indeed. It's hard to believe that a single person can fabricate all that.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. What if I told you that those around her would turn a blind eye to false evidence?
You saying the police would do such a thing?
It seems they're more trusted than I thought. Their priority is settling the situation. They don't care who the supposed culprit is.
No!
They're completely rotten!
My objective is to find the true culprit.
Alright, so I'm making a prediction here. I'm going to say... So the casino is Sai, because that makes sense. And then the story... You know, we got caught at the end of the casino, as we know. But the casino... The reason Sai sees the world as a casino is going to be because of her dad. That's my prediction.
That must be the case for all of you, too. However, the current situation is extremely bad.
If worst comes to worst, someone unrelated will be set up as the culprit, huh?
Yeah.
Our only solution to this is to make Sai-san come to her senses. If she's in her right mind, she can stop this situation. Her sense of justice wouldn't allow it.
So that's why...
The truth will be covered up, and an innocent civilian's life will be destroyed. I can't allow such a thing to happen. My own ethics won't stand for it.
I mean... I guess I can understand how you feel.
And changing Sai-san's heart will be to protect her as well.
How do you mean?
If the true culprit were to learn that she's responsible for the investigation, what would happen? I'm certain they'll aim for her life. She's the perfect target to place blame on the Phantom Thieves. So how about it? Will you agree to my plan?
Even though you're particular about being just, you're willing to get your hands dirty?
That's a good point.
It can't be helped in order to ascertain the truth. There is also one more merit in changing Sai-san's heart. It will become a warning to not mess with us. They can't go public if someone in the investigation has a change of heart. It'd show their corruption. All that's left from there is for me to discover the identity of the true culprit.
What do you mean?
You're gonna tell us to announce our disbandment once the real culprit is arrested, aren't you?
As expected from a Nijima. So, what do you say? I don't think it's a bad deal for either of us.
Makoto, what's your take on all this?
It's a well-made plan. It even takes putting an end to our team into consideration.
I'm flattered to hear that.
Why are you willing to do all this, Akechi-kun? Why do you seek justice?
Because of sickening human beings. Yes. My contempt for such people drives my sense of justice. It isn't some grand reason like society's sake or some lofty ideal. It's simply an absurd grudge. And extremely personal.
Dude.
You know, doesn't he remind you of us?
Sure.
Yeah, like how some disgusting adult pissed him off.
We're similar, Maybe that's why I thought that I could ask this of you all. Won't you cooperate with me on the mission to change Sai-san's heart?
We will.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, I should ask Makoto.
I was actually rather worried there.
It's the one time that having her have an authoritative voice wouldn't be annoying.
This mission can't succeed without your cooperation, after all.
The Phantom Thieves will be disbanded, and everything will work out. I pray it does.
Yeah.
Mako-chan. I'm okay. I never brought it up until now, but the reason I joined the Phantom Thieves is because I wanted to change my sister's heart. I was hoping it'd never come to pass, though. I've also known for quite some time that she has a palace.
That makes sense.
Why didn't you tell us?
It was too selfish of a reason. Though I was too scared to look any further into it on my own.
Why don't we try going there now to scope the place out? A lot of this will be new to me, so I'd like to get myself accustomed to it too.
I'm sorry, I actually have plans today.
I see. That's
We
unfortunate.
could just go without you, but...
Will you tell your sister about this? Of course not. It's just...
You seem awfully evasive today. Is something the matter?
I just can't make time today.
Let's call it a day then, and resume this tomorrow.
Today is the day her father died. That's a prediction as well.
I'm sorry, everyone.
They are gonna go
Isn't Makoto acting a bit weird?
to his grave. This is about her sister.
Well, I guess that can't be helped. Regardless, it all starts tomorrow.
I'm predicting that because I know stories, but also because my limited knowledge of Japanese tropes. That's why I'm guessing that.
I hope this goes well.
Ow. Sorry, I don't know why I was doing that anyway, but I tried pointing up at the same time, and yeah. I scratched my gum. That was dumb of me.
A palace? In me? Not only that, Goro Akechi? Then the Phantom Thieves targeted me as per his advice? And he had already experienced the metaverse by the time of the Okumura case? That can't be. I mean, he never said a word. Although, his attitude did change suddenly around that time. Akechi-kun kept quiet about the most important details, and my own sister may be a Phantom Thief? If this is all true, I'm appalled as the commander of this operation. I alone was kept in the dark. So you became convinced of another's existence through the 2 mental shutdown cases.
Whoa! Whoa! That's like a whiplash in like... And look, hang on. There's even a ... after that one.
If this is all true, I'm appalled as the commander of this operation. I alone was kept in the dark.
But anyway, let's forget about that.
So you became convinced of another's existence through the 2 mental shutdown cases.
There needs to be something in between those two. Anyway.
And if you were apprehended while falsely accused of those crimes, that villain would still be loose. That's why you targeted me? Not for your own preservation?
That's right.
That does make sense, more or less. If you simply wanted to evade capture, triggering my change of heart wouldn't guarantee anything. Your actions as Phantom Thieves would still be met with hostility. No. If this villain does exist and is setting up your group, I would be targeted next. Did Makoto come up with that speculation? Perhaps I'm overthinking things. Hey! You need to keep your focus. It seems you're completely worn out, but the look on your face isn't one of defeat. Why is that?
Because we planned this. I don't want to tell you the spoiler I read, because you might be... Even though I don't have any viewers, hypothetically, I might have... Somebody might watch this one day, and the person who watched this one day probably hasn't read a spoiler. So I've read... We know at the start of the game, the FBI agent, or whatever, I don't know the equivalent, the Japanese equivalent, said, oh, one of your crew betrayed you. And I read who it was, accidentally. I didn't mean to. I was actually looking up... I was looking up a meme. And I was like, why do people say this meme? And, like, in another result, it was like, oh, I had this spoiled. This person betrayed. And I'm like, oh, God. And I was really, really, really angry. But this looks like... This looks like that we planned this conversation all along, and that this is secretly a part of my plan. You know, like a lot of films have done recently in the last few years. The villain gets caught on purpose. The good guy getting caught on purpose to enact part of the plan is totally a thing that could be done. Anyway, but that doesn't quite make sense. It would mean... What that would mean was the person who betrayed us didn't really betray us, was actually working with us, and it's an untwist? Which is extra weird because that only makes sense if I know about the twist. There has to be a gap between the twist and the untwist. Anyway, I know I've been drinking, but I'm hoping that makes sense. Like, I know there's a massive piece of... There's information missing because I'm not telling you what the twist is. Anyway, I'm not alone.
I'm amazed. It seems you can still talk. When you were arrested, a man at the scene told you that you were sold out, correct?
Okay,
Those words normally hint at the existence of a traitor. However, if your story till now is true, one reason can be concluded. It's frustrating to admit, but at a certain point... No, most likely from the start. I was a mere puppet. Someone set up only to bear responsibility later. Someone intended your arrest, and the minimal staff directly involved were in their pocket. And if that's the case, true integrity would side with you.
She's slowly starting to accept the truth. My bond is growing deeper? Cool. Sigh. What do I remember? Cost it. 26. Still, we've got half a year left.
Alright.
Yeah, but I think the story ends before that.
I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't believe your story yet. There's something I need to confirm with you. Was a change of heart triggered in me? What happened in the time between entering my palace and your arrest? Tell me everything.
There we go. I knew it. It's a mini episode. Like Hawaii. Knew it.
What's this favor you need? It's late already.
We'll be going to Nijima's palace, so I want to look into her. Things like her work ethic and relationships. It doesn't matter whether it's public or private. Those would help us come up with countermeasures in case we hit a roadblock in her palace.
I can look up more, you know. Stuff like her repertoire of underwear.
A girl shouldn't say things like that. You tell her too.
What else can you dig up? I'm only human.
Well, like her history with men.
You're Phantom Thieves! Ahem. Also, I may be overthinking it, but my voice...
I think of it as sharing a moment with Futaba and annoying the cat. That's a win-win.
Ow! Same as always. Let me finish first.
Also, yeah, that cat will bite you.
There's something else we want you to look into.
This keeps happening as well. Am I about to talk to Bahamut? What am I talking about? Final Fantasy X, that's what I'm talking about. So there's a point in every single Final Fantasy. There's a point in every single Final Fantasy, and I feel like I had this conversation right at the start of the game, because I have this conversation every single time. Okay, every single Final Fantasy has 4 villains, right? And I've said this before. I'll go through them very quickly. So there will be a sort of rival, right? There'll be like a mirror for the main character, somebody of the same age, somebody in diametrically opposed clothing, colours, a rival, you know, nemesis. So if you think about it in this game, well, there's a secret Phantom Thief, right? So there you go, there's a rival. The other one is there'll be a tyrant, there'll be a villain, a big baddie, a sort of army leader, a king, an evil king or corporation leader. Now, this game works slightly differently, it doesn't really have one of those. There will be a sort of puppet master. Somebody who's really pulling the strings, usually someone alien. Now, this game doesn't have someone alien as far as I can tell, but you know what, it might. You know what? I was about to say, that politician could either be the puppet master or it could be the tyrant. But again, this isn't a Final Fantasy, it's going to have different rules. And the fourth one is the Joker. Every Final Fantasy has a sort of wild card character that's introduced early as either a goodie or a, you know, somebody who really is ineffectual and then turns out to be a baddie. Every single Final Fantasy has these 4 villains. They will have 4 bosses, 4 important plot-related bosses. The last 4 bosses of the game that are plot-related, important ones, will be these 4 villains. Anyway, another thing that these games have is at a certain point of the game, the hero will realise something about himself or something about the world, and that will change the nature of everything. And he won't be able to... After that realisation, they'll stop reacting to events and stop acting. Now, this relates to basic storytelling. Anyway, you know, free extractor. You know, I said about, oh no, the worst thing's happening to us. That's us. We're hitting the 3rd act now. But it also works with, if you listen to Dan Harmon, the 3-act structure and the, let's take that off while I explain. The 3-act structure and, so I have been drinking, the Hero of 1,000 Faces are directly correlate. They're the same, I can't say the word. And what are RPGs but with structures within structures within structures, right? It's each chapter is its entire story, but the entire thing has its own structure, right? So, so the Hero of 1,000 Faces does apply. My point is, oh god, what was the point I was trying to make? That this is him learning something about the world or something about himself. This is the belly of the beast. Anyway. So now for today's train news! First off, the investigation team has announced a new progress in the search for the Phantom Thieves. Secondly, the opposition party has submitted a vote of no confidence regarding the current cabinet. How does Japan work? Like, what? Whatever. Surely they do that every day. Surely your own team has to do that, not your opposition. Because in Britain, if we had the option to do that for the opposition, like constantly, that would constantly be happening. Where are we meeting today? Oh right, we were never told where to meet up. At the courthouse. Where's that? Hint, the government office... Pardon me. District. Kasu Migais... What? Gesundheit. Indeed. Indeed. I've never heard of that place. Never been there, though. No, he has heard of that place, sorry. Me neither. It's not usually somewhere when It's not somewhere where normal people usually go. Huh! Looking at the map, it is impressive. The Police Department, Ministry of Justice and Public Prosecutor's Office, and Public Security. The Diet Building is right near there too. For real? What kind of scary place are we going to? We won't get caught, right? According to Akechi-kun, our identities haven't been discovered yet. So, are we going to plunge headfirst into enemy territory? Has anyone contacted Akechi? We're going to meet him there. Be on guard, everyone. We'll be heading into the Lion's Den. It'd be nice to kill something. It's been almost 5 hours.
This is the courthouse. You can tell it's a revolting building just by looking at it. Let's hurry up and get started. Akechi, what did you find out?
I rarely get to see Sai-san directly, but I figured out her course of action. On the 20th, an investigation will likely be done at Shujin Academy.
Ah, time limit.
As well as the Sakura residence.
For real?
This is like the ultimate for real.
Our time limit is November 20th.
But this should be a substantially forced operation. I doubt it'll take place before the 20th.
We'll take your word. For now, we need to focus on infiltrating her palace.
I concur. And we should probably get going soon. After all, people like us standing around here is quite unnatural. Well then?
That's...
Huh? What about my smartphone?
This is the model I wanted! You're so lucky!
I'm so sorry. Until recently, Futaba was actually well...
It's okay. Sai-san told me the gist.
Oh, right. Akechi-kun, it may be best if you exchange contact info with everyone, too. Not just me.
That's true.
Ooh!
I'll send everyone's contacts to you later.
Thanks. Well,
Such a nice boy.
I hope we get along. I'll do my best.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Though our positions are somewhat different, Akechi will be joining us for the time being. I feel like a bond with Akechi is going deeper. Well, that's interesting. Baton pass! Well, that was nice. Okay, Akechi-kun. Follow-up. Detective talk. Harrison recovery.
All right.
Okay. Oh, okay, so the game was really trying to pretend that he wouldn't get all that stuff. Okay. That means that she might.
Got a good personality and good looks? Talk about cheating.
She's praising you, I believe.
Then shall we get started?
We need to figure out what Makoto Sis thinks.
Alright, sorry. I'll let him continue talking while
This
I
courthouse is, right?
I often hear her call it a place of competition in which she must always win.
A competition, huh? That sounds like Sai-san.
It'd be unbearable if we were put on trial for a reason like that. Although, a competition means it's a match of some sort. Might it be a martial arts ring?
Conditions have not been met. Then perhaps a stadium? Or
What about
maybe an
casino?
arena? Conditions have not been met.
There are other competitions besides fighting and sports.
Gambling, then.
How about a racetrack for horses? Other than that, there's pachinko, but does that count as gambling?
We played cards during the school trip.
Conditions have not been met. What else is there?
It must be a casino.
Candidate found.
I definitely see Sai-san in you.
I'm not doing the game
time we
thing.
head in then.
I've got alcohol in my eye, haven't I? I'm not doing that. Oh no! You know, the game thing where they close one eye when they're upset. No, I've just hurt my eye. Ooh.
Head right past there and keep a low profile.
That's it, huh?
Kind of wish I had
What's
two eyes
going
right
on
now.
here?
We are looking at the courthouse, aren't we? Seems like it.
Let's go.
Right.
Welcome to the start of the game, baby. It's taken a while. But we got there eventually. I wish I could see.
The courthouse is a casino.
Everywhere else seems to be a normal cityscape.
Isn't that...
The police station, yes. I didn't know that the station and the courthouse were next to each other.
Our attire hasn't changed. That must mean we aren't considered threats or hostiles yet.
Right. Areas outside her courthouse palace must not be worthy of her attention. Wait, I always look like this. I'm special. Besides, I can't do anything in my cat form.
The police station's also part of her work area, though, whenever arrests are made for her cases. I've brought her food and
Oh, that's better.
belongings when she was sent on loan to the police.
We got no business with the cops, right? This might be the metaverse, but I don't want to go in a station.
That reminds me. He'll need a code name, too.
Codename?
Nice boy.
Phantom Thieves can't go around using the real names, right? It ain't cool either.
Just for reference, what is everyone else's?
Skull.
Mine's Fox.
We pretty much decided on them with how we look, didn't we?
What is it, Haru?
Oh, it's nothing.
Then, perhaps Karasu will be best for me. You know, like a raven.
Are your clothes all black or something?
The reverse, actually. If our codenames are to hide our identities, wouldn't that be better?
Oh yeah.
Karasu. He'd be the only Japanese-sounding one.
Why not go with Crow instead?
All right. From here on out, you're Crow.
Got it.
Now then.
So he gets... Okay, my earlier was... If he... Now this might be saying something.
Let's
If-
head into the courthouse.
If he can suddenly go, right, ability, 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 ability in one, so can Fatuba. What I'm saying is, we need 8 people to cover the 8 core abilities.
Now then.
And I'm saying, if somebody disappears, there's a person that can fill the gap. Because at the start of the game, as soon as I realised there was 8 abilities and everyone was going to get one of them, and I'm talking about Curse, Hurley, Fire, Wind, Ice. New song. That's cool. I was confused about the fact that there were 9 people on the front cover. Okay. Okay, that. He's been on the cover all along. And I was like, who's that girl? Like, oh, we get to Robin Hood as well. Do we get to see him? Well, he's obviously going to be in the party. How do I see what his... Yeah, it's Robin Hood. Ah, okay, that's why he's Crow. And so, yeah, he gets holy, see? So, if you look for... So he doesn't have an element right now. So, that is... Well, John is Curse, right? Because that's what the thief has. I've forgotten his name. But he's Curse. Wind. Hang on. Curse. Lightning. Wind. Fire. Ice. Radiation. Psychic. And holy. But what I'm saying is that she might secretly be one of them. And that somebody might disappear. I don't know that. I'm just saying it might be true. And that he looks like a girl. The Hermit. The Justice. Alright, we'll obviously want to catch you on the team. Then it doesn't really matter. But go with that. I know he's got the long nose because he's on the loading screen. Right, I know it's the end of the episode, but I'm going to have to look inside. I'm going to have to briefly look inside. It's pretty cool. Oh, hang on. No.
Okay.
Looks like we'll be able to sneak in from here. Oh, it's been so long since I killed something in this game. The pacing.
Oh?
There we go. There's along his nose. So this means we're acknowledged as a threat, correct? Dude, you planning on stealing stuff in that get-up? It means that's what he thinks a rebel looks like. No, this is my mental image of a person who sticks to their justice. He's got the same mask as me, but with a long nose. Well, I think your mask is more apt for piercing rather than... hang on. Than sticking.
Say...
That aside, the people in here look completely normal. But we're in a flashy casino. There's no doubt this is a palace.
Oh.
All right, Crow doesn't know too much about cognitive beings, does he? Yes, in addition to similar topography, cognitive people exist based on their rulers' perceptions. It probably doesn't make much sense because we're all of us in the fancy terms we're using her. In essence, since ones look like real people, Sai-san's view of others is surprisingly undistorted. But considering what I see before me, it's difficult to believe that it's not actually a real casino.
But...
not all cognitions are normal though. In Futaba and Okumura's palaces, we had to battle them. People may look normal, but we should be careful, particularly of those in positions of power. Is this what you have to go through every time? Yes, but this is the last. I'm glad to see you remember.
Hey!
Just don't slow us down, Crow. I will not allow that to happen. Okay, it's time we head inside. Our deadline for this infiltration is November the 20th. Any later and we'll get caught in reality. Of course, we'll need to secure an infiltration route before we send out a calling card, as always. So the calling card wasn't merely for show. It's a necessary step. Will you please stop interrupting? My apologies.
Come on, let's go.
Well then. Well, okay, yes, let's go. Okay, I'm going to kill one enemy. Then I'll let you go. Well then, let us begin by securing our route. But how did it catch us? Not sure why I did that.
Indeed.
It won't open. Could it perhaps be blocked from the other side? We should probably try to look for another way through. Oh, but I wanted to fight some enemies before. So I said I could, because I've been playing for 5 hours. Welcome! Come on out, you petty thieves.
Whoa!
She can see us. You're not after the treasure. Sorry, you are. You're after the treasure, are you not? Come down here and I will tell you where it is. What? We're not going to fall for a trick like that. Haha, it's not a lie. I only wish to do this fair and square. You aren't going to run, are you? We should do as she says. There's no point in hiding any longer. I want to see what she looks like, so. Yay! So you've come. She's a goth! Hey! Yes, I've been drinking. And yes, I'm very happy about goth Psy. The treasure is located on the manager's floor, at the highest point of the building. Why are you telling us this? It's as I said before. I wish to go about this in the fairest manner possible. First, I ask you to come up to my location. We will continue this there.
Damn it.
Over there. It seems we'll be able to reach the elevator to reach higher floors. Come, Joker, let us pursue her. What a grand pursuit that shall be. That's a quote from Batman, by the way. Because the character's called Chase Meridian. Anyway, let us get after her, Joker. Oh, I really should let you go.
We can take a breather here.
Right. I do like that he's in white rather than everyone else in black rather than the red. I also like that everyone's actually always sitting in the same position. It's probably them actually being lazy, but I sort of like it. Anyway, I've been John Foxy on Tunnel John West. I've been having a Persona 5 adventure. We'll kill something next episode, hopefully. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.